With over 900 games on my Steam account and always struggling to find what to play next, I decided to go back to my origins and return to achievement hunting. Released in 2022 and developed by Blue 12 Studio, Stray took the world by storm. With 24 achievements, it requires 2 playthroughs and it has 67 collectibles. It's a pretty short game, but it does have a couple of hard achievements. Stray begins with 4 cats just chilling. Since our protagonist doesn't have a name, I'm just going to call him Jimmy. After waking up from a power nap, we quickly see how gorgeous this area is. We learn how to yap, and we reach our first scratching point. In order to get the territory achievement, we need to scratch any surface on every single chapter of the game. With a fail parkour stunt and reenactment of the Lion King, we fall into the void. But Jimmy is a strong cat and he survives the fall. And after exploring a little bit, we get our very first achievement. In this creepy area, we have our first encounter with the Zurks, some dudes who look like Goomba's distant cousin. While we explore, we invade someone's house just to do some scratching. After we leave the house, we see Zurks jumping a robot like a typical Tuesday in London. And since Jimmy doesn't like to be left out, he finished the job. We reach some alleyways where are too many Zurks, and in here we need to run away from them without being caught once to get the hardest achievement in the game.
3, 2, 1.
It's montage time.
After 40 tries and 2 controllers down, I locked in. Oh god, finally. I was tired, but happy that I could finally move on, jumping around rooftops like I do. We break into a house, where we do some scratching, and after tapping into our inner Mr. Robot, we open a secret door. After plugging in some batteries, we power up a weird looking drone named B12, and with him as our new companion, we get With B12 on our side, we leave the apartment, and after taking a ride from a bucket, we find a memory. There are 27 memories to collect, so we gotta find them all. Traversing through the roofs, we see how much the Zurks have completely overtaken the streets. Reaching the slums, we finally see a bit of life. After being spotted, a robot presses an alarm, and after looking around for a little bit, we meet the Guardian, who realizes we are not a Zurk, getting us With the panic subdued and everyone back on the streets, we do a bit of scratching, and now we need to find Momo, someone who used to want to leave the slums. But before that, we have plenty to do. We have to collect 4 energy drinks, nuzzle against robots, collect 8 music sheets, get 7 memories, and grab 4 notebooks while also getting some achievements, like
Téléachat.
Yeah, that, for watching all of the TV channels. And while we keep jumping around, we also unlock for jumping 500 times. Putting a paper bag on our head also gives us the same way that acting like Steph Curry gets us. After collecting the 8 music sheets, you can hear Morusk play them individually, and by doing so, it will give us the music badge. And we also get... Now that we completed all of the miscellaneous stuff, we can go back to finally meet Momo. After we gave him the 3 notebooks we found earlier, he gets his motivation back and tries to fix a transceiver. And now it's time for us to install it. As soon as we reach the rooftops, we have another scratching spot. With the rooftops filled with Zergs, we have to evade them. We collect some memories, avoid some more Zergs, and we trespass an old construction site. In here we unlock an elevator, and upon reaching the top we install a transceiver that Momo gave us. We return to Momo's, do some scratching, and read a note that says he went to a bar. With the transceiver installed, Momo could connect with someone from the outside. That someone being Balthazar. It tells us that we need to go through the sewers, but Seamus warns us that it's impossible because it's filled with Zergs. We then discover that Seamus is Doc's son, and after breaking into his house and giving him his father's old notebook, we learn there's a secret door. After finding out where it is, we snoop around and inside we find a tracker. Something we could use to find out where Doc is, but first we need to repair it. After finding Elliot and getting the tracker fixed, we return to Seamus, and by following him around, we reach a place filled with Zerg eggs. Seamus, afraid to go on, gives us the outsider badge and tells us to show it to his father, so he knows that we are friends. After dodging some Zergs, we reach a lake where we get a new memory, and it's also the perfect spot for... And as soon as Jimmy wakes up, we also get... We finally reach Doc, and as we walk around, we find the defluxer, a weapon that can kill Zergs. However, it doesn't work, since it needs to be recharged, and as usual, they leave it to the cat to fix everything around here. We need to go into Zerg-infested streets to replace a fuse, so it can power a generator, and then the weapon can be charged. After turning the generator on, we immediately see the defluxer work, so we can go back safely. But there's also an achievement for dying 9 times, so... It's time to go back to Doc's. He installs the defluxer onto V12, and now we need to escort him back into the slums. With father and son reunited, we head up to meet Momo in the sewers so we can go and find Balthazar. After traveling for a bit, we reach a point where Momo can't proceed, so we are alone once again. In here, we see how much the Zergs are spreading, and in order to get the Pacifist achievement, we can't kill any Zergs in this area. So, we avoid them like the plague. Jumping around, we open the door, and we get completely surrounded by Zergs. When we were about to bite the bullet, B12 uses the defluxer, overheating and bursting in the process. And by running and dodging every Zerg that tries to stop us, we get... With B12 back up, but without a weapon to protect ourselves, we reach the village where Balthazar is. Feeling a little bit goofy, Jimmy decides to ruin a mahjong game, getting us. We finally meet Balthazar, and it tells us that if we still want to go to the outside, we need to find Clementine on Midtown. But before that, we explore for a bit, do some scratching, collect some memories, grab some flowers, and give them to a robot so we get the plant badge. Leaving the village, we reach a subway station, and after getting up the stairs, we nuzzle on another robot to get... Finally leaving the station, we also get... We gotta find Clementine, but before that, we grab some badges, collect some memories, and do a bit of scratching. We finally get inside Clementine's house, where she almost made me call.
Peter.
For us to return to the outside, we need to get the old subway working, but for that, we need to sneak into a factory and steal a battery. She tells us to meet with our partner that asks us to steal a hat and a jacket. Little Jim is now a criminal. We infiltrate the fabric, and here starts the most annoying achievement of the game. We can't be spotted by these drones. While we're here, we meet a robot that mentions he lost his house keys, and returning them gets us with battery in pause, we need to return to Clementine, but her apartment is filled with drones. We slip inside only to see that she isn't here. She left a message for us to decipher only to know that she is in a bar. And now we just need to leave the apartment without being spotted to get in the nightclub. We turn into David Guetta to get now we just need to crash the VIP area. After some stunts, we see Clementine tied up and Blaze is a traitor. Who would have thought? We are thrown in jail, giving us we wake up in prison alone. Breaking our cage and feeling like Michael Scofield, we find Clementine locked up, and now we need to get her out. We steal the keys to her cell and we set her free. Now we need B12, but he's really locked up. Turning off security, we grab him and make a run for it. Finally safe, we need to find an escape vehicle, but we can't forget to scratch while we are here. After finding a car, we just need to open the gate and run as fast as possible. Clementine drove us to the old subway station, but decides to stay behind to buy us as much time as possible. Inside the old station, we look for the generator so we can plug the battery stole earlier and leave Midtown. The train stops in a place called Control Room. Working together with V12, we scratch for the last time a control panel, giving us and by doing this, we get inside the real control room that manages the entire city. In here, B12 suddenly remembers everything, and that gets us while we turn on every single computer, B12 does B12 things and discovers how to open the city to the outside. All he needs to do is to hack 3 control panels to unlock everything. But every time he does so, he fries his hardware, leaving him weaker. In the end, B12 apologizes for not going with us to the outside, but makes sure that we, at least, are able to go. After opening the door, B12 finally dies, and Jimmy lays down next to him. Leaving the control room and moving outside, where we belong, gets us the final story achievement. Stray is over, and there's only one achievement left: to speedrun the whole thing under 2 hours. I usually dislike achievements that make me replay a game just for the sake of it, but I honestly love to play Stray, so let's go again. Stray was a beautiful experience. I never thought that a game about a cat and a drone would captivate me this much. What started as a funny little cat simulator ended on a sour note, and I really wasn't expecting it. The game feels immersive, and it's an experience that I recommend to everyone. If you watched the whole thing, thank you so much, and I hope to see you on the next one.